fried or shorted out. At this point, I'm so over all the Pliny problems. Let's just see if we can get this bike working now. Well, I cannot believe it, but another Pliny product lately that just took a shit on us. I don't know what happened, but now swap back to the regular ignition. When we rev, see that? How the voltage goes up? That is from our charging wires. They go to our voltage regulator up here. As you can see, they have continuity because they run a giant loop through the stator, which is the charging pole through the stator. And as you rev it, this should get more power. Well, before, I thought the voltage regulator actually blew out because when I was testing that, it would go down on power, which means it was pulling power or drawing power from somewhere else, like it had a jumped wire. I started thinking maybe that it's grounding out in the harness. I searched the entire harness. I stripped the harness apart. I'm telling you, we went through everything. And then I said, you know what? What are the chances that something went out on this Pliny ignition again, which was working? Did this in another video. I didn't change anything on the connectors. There's really only one way it could plug in. You get 2 wires to the charging system, and those wires, as you saw, have continuity. They're looped. There's just no ground. It goes in and out, and it's AC voltage, so it just circulates power. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are thinking exactly what I was, and that maybe those 2 wires from the Pliny ignition are plugged in backwards, but that's not possible. This is a floating AC setup, and I tried that. I tried swapping the 2, and nothing changed. This is a setup where no matter which wire comes in, there's 4 bridges, so it just converts it to DC power up there. It doesn't matter which wire is feeding it at all. This is the diagram of the 4-wire Zuma regulator that goes up front. It doesn't matter. So that's not our problem. So maybe somehow, some way, something shorted out this CDI. I'm still not sure what, as it is basically all standalone except for these simple 2 wires that go to the charging system of the bike itself. But for some reason, somehow, this Pliny ignition took a on us. I don't know if something maybe in the CDI got burnt out and it was jumping or something, but it would not, it was drawing power. And as you shut off the bike, it was drawing power, so it was keeping the lights on. A bunch of funky stuff. Thought it was the voltage regulator, stripped the regulator off of 2 different bikes. I'm telling you, I just spent another 10 hours on this thing, on the wiring job, just to figure out it was another part of the Pliny product. I'm done with Pliny. I cannot express how many failures we've had with Pliny products in the last few months, specifically even on this bike. But just in general, like, what the hell is going on over at Pliny, man? That is insane. We got our stock ignition back in, Melosi CDI. I'm gonna rewire and tuck everything now. Our blinkers still aren't working. Probably blew out our flasher relay possibly. I might try to change that flasher relay out with another bike. We have the absolute nightmare of a Zuma on our hands. We're on the Italica right now because I gotta rush over to the other side of town.